Okay, camera 1, camera 2, voice recorder. There are a few things you can do to get into the state where you're brainstorming ideas like crazy and they just come to you very effortlessly. And it has to do with this list here. So I'm going to run you through a few steps that you can take to get to this state where you're just writing ideas and they're just flowing out of your brain. And you can do this regularly if you follow these steps. So the first step I'm going to talk about is the well. Now I'm talking about like a creative well. So imagine this is the well here. You want to fill it with as much creative fuel as possible. And there's a few ways you can do that. So one way that I like to do this is to look in like photo books like this. This is a National Geographic photo book, and it pretty much has like all of National Geographic's best photos. So this kind of thing is great for getting inspiration. You can dissect composition, colours, lighting, anything that you like about the photo, and that will kind of go into your subconscious, all of those images, and you can pull from that later on. And you can also look at other things like art. Galleries are quite good if you want to go to a gallery. Stare at the ones you like for ages and you'll learn quite a lot. And then you could also watch a bunch of films that are well known. And once you've filled up this whole collection of stuff you've seen, later on that will help you think of ideas. But this would all be useless without clearing your mind, which is the next step. So some ways you can clear your mind is by taking Adderall, opioids. I'm joking. Some healthy ways you can do it is by meditating regularly. I meditate every night. I've been doing it for about 3 months. I've definitely seen some differences. I follow this thing on Netflix called Headspace. I press play on it, close my eyes, and it guides me through. The idea behind meditation is you kind of train your brain to become more focused and you don't get like distracted by thoughts like that. So yeah, that will definitely help you become more focused. But if you don't want to do meditation, there's a simpler way, which is to do morning notes. You write about 3 pages or 2 pages, whatever you're thinking, so you just like let it all spill out onto the page. You pretty much emptied your thought for the day then. So now it's a blank slate and you can start thinking of ideas. Also, if you do both of those, your brain is going to be like very, very easy to focus. When you're trying to come up with ideas, you can't really force them out. They usually just come to you throughout the day. So it's quite good to have like a little app on your phone where you can just like note down ideas that you thought of. And I think that's probably the best way to do it because you can't force your thoughts out. So now it's time to get into that brainstorm flow where you're just like writing out ideas effortlessly and you forget about time and you just hyper focus in. So you want to get a desk like this, somewhere that's separate from your main desk and something that has no electronics on. But you can just go to any old table you have, just somewhere fresh where there's no distractions. To get into the brainstorm flow, get a piece of paper, put it in front of you, and then turn on some music. I usually like to listen to like intelligent drum and bass or binaural beats, and they've got like focus binaural beats, relax binaural beats, flow state binaural beats, and then just like get a piece of paper and start writing. And you'll probably find that it comes out of you quite easily. Also, do little drawings by it if you're quite a visual person, and just make it quite a free-form thing. It doesn't need to be a list or anything. And if you're struggling to come up with ideas, create some limitations. Humans are a lot more creative within limitations. For example, maybe film a fight scene with one person. You just got to stage it properly, and then you can make it quite intense. Film a car chase scene without actually moving the cars and use lighting instead. Or maybe combine 3 of your favourite films and you've got yourself quite a good film idea probably. And it won't just be like a complete copy of those films because you'll probably end up bringing in other ideas that you've had throughout the day or that have come from photos that you've seen, and it will become this unique film. After a while you just get sucked into the process. And that's just some steps you can do to get there. The first step I'm going to talk about is the well. Now I'm talking about like a creative well, so this would all be useless without clearing your mind. Now it's time to get into that brainstorm flow. So that's how you get into a brainstorming flow state. Let me know if you enjoyed this kind of thing, just let me know in the comments. Goodbye.